In this demo, we're going to talk about using the Survey123 AI assistance. For starters, now in your new survey window, you can access the Create a Survey using the Survey123 assistant. This will allow you to interact directly with an AI assistant and use plain language to ask it to help you to create any kind of survey. For example, here we're going to ask it to create us a survey for humanitarian response teams after a flood in Nairobi. We'll tell it that they'll be collecting damage assessments for structures and buildings, and ask it to include a question for a photo and description of the damage in the photo. The assistant is now going to generate what it believes an appropriate survey draft would look like. You can, of course, iterate and go back and forth with the assistant, or you can just ask it to go ahead and generate a survey draft for you. Once it's created that draft, you can then make any edits as needed. So here we're seeing that it is going to capture all of the information we wanted. For example, that specific element where we wanted it to capture a photo and describe that damage. Now, using the Beta Analyze Image feature, we can interact directly with an LLM and have it extract any information from the image. For example, here we're going to have it describe our photo and include details like current flood conditions, hazards, and damage. This is extremely important for surveys where people are in the field and maybe having to do rapid damage assessment or they're in dangerous areas. Next, let's talk about another element of this survey that AI can help us with. We know we'll have multiple languages that this survey needs to be translated into. In the translation pane, we can now search for one of those languages. For example, here we're going to go ahead and add Swahili since we're in Kenya. And then, once we've added it, we can use the translation assistant to instantly use machine learning to translate into our target languages. This is then going to translate into Swahili, where we can make additional edits if we're not happy with the translation, and preview what our survey looks like in that language. Finally, I want to show you what the vision language model that we set up to interact with our photos looks like in action. For example, here is a photo of the March to May 2024 floods that we want to use in order to upload and have it give us a description of the damage. Thanks to the Kenyan Red Cross for providing real photos from an actual damage assessment response. Here we can see that once we've uploaded the photo, it's going to give us a detailed description of the damage from that photo, making it even easier on the ground to do rapid damage assessments using a number of these different useful AI tools in Survey123.